What is going on, case hit hunters and cardboard collectors? I'm Vinny Blanc. If you read the description, you know what we're here to do. Battle this box, just recently released, 2025 Donruss Gravity Feed box. Looking at 48 packs, 5 cards per pack. Gonna get about 1 yellow parallel, 1 press proof per pack. We can get downtowns, so that's what we're going for here. Also 2 different signatures, signature series, signature marks. So it's kind of downtown or bust. Again, we'll kind of review as we go along. Should you buy these? Kind of high risk, high reward, right? You're not getting any inserts per pack. So other than getting some base rookies and some yellow press proofs, not a whole lot here. So this is the form factor. You could probably see these at your local card store. That's where I picked this up. I overpaid a little bit. I think I paid about $160 for these. I think you can find them on eBay for $120. So definitely shop around. I just want to get them in hand as soon as possible. Bring you that fresh content like we always do. We're coming fresh off of a unboxing of one of the 24 count retail packs. So let's make some room here, get readjusted. I don't think we're gonna be using the boom stand for this episode. If we do, I'll be ecstatic. Did put out 5 stands though. Let's see at least the best 5 yellow press proofs we can get. So without that being said, we're going to have to rip at a pretty quick rate here, 48 packs. I don't want to bore you guys to death. We'll do a little bit of commentary as we go. All right, Will Anderson, Jalen Warren, Audric Estime is going to be our first yellow press proof. Trevion Henderson, and another Audric Estime. So as part of our first break, we did pull from Absolute a number to 150, Trevion Henderson autograph. So congrats to the person who had the Pats in that break. Let's keep it going. I was contemplating opening these as part of my daily short series where we open 1 pack of Donruss Football cards every single day and give away a free card, but just don't think there's enough upside there to continue to watch rips of the same cards over and over again. I mean, it'd be fabulous if we hit a downtown, but at least if we're getting some inserts. There's a Jalen Royals on our yellow press proof. At least if we're getting some inserts, there's some stuff to spice it up. So I opted not to do it, and we'll just do 1 full unboxing here to give you a little bit of insight to, is this worth it? Should I even buy a pack? God forbid, should I buy the entire box like Vinny Blanc did? Mike Williams, Taysom Hill, Jackson Howells, and for Buffalo, Maxwell Hairston. Vinny Testaverde. That's going to do it. Got to get used to these different form factors. I was opening 6 card packs, and I was opening 8 card packs. Now I'm back at the 5 card packs. So keeping track of how many cards are actually in each pack is a little bit more challenging than it seems, or than it should be. Brock Purdy. I've been practicing this one too. Chigoziem Okonkwo. How did I do? Let me know in the comments. Harold Carmichael. Dante Thornton Jr., DeAndre Swift. I have seen some videos in the past where people hit downtowns in these. I'm trying to remember, is the downtown randomly inserted in the pack? I don't think it's going to be that card, looking you head on when you open a pack, but does it take the place of the yellow press proof? Does it randomly insert itself somewhere else in the box? Hopefully we can find out by the time this episode is over. Long shot, but here's to wishful thinking. Trent Green. Jonathan Taylor, who's having a monstrous year. We're going to sleeve him up. Right now, we'll put him in the number 1 slot. Let's see if he can hold on to that. I'm trying to think how many touchdowns he has as of today. See if we get this in focus a little better. That'll work. Does he have... Am I crazy? Does he have 14 touchdowns? 8 touchdowns? Just heard the stat the other day. Doing freakishly well, though. Joe Mixon. There's a Dylan Gabriel base rookie. Tank Bigsby doing good things for the Eagles. What is this? Is this the stand for the gravity box? That's pretty cool. Maybe I can repurpose this box. Load it up with some other packs. Like I said, I think I've only ever opened 2 gravity packs before, just not knowing what they were. Kind of pulling them up at the local card store. Definitely never bought a whole box, so we'll see how this goes. Saquon Barkley, yellow press proof, Isaiah Likely for the Ravens. Montez Sweat, Jordan James, Brandon Ayuk. That's going to do it for that box. So who do I think this box is good for? If you're someone like me trying to build a base set, you are going to get a lot of base. You're literally not getting any inserts. So definitely good for you. Maybe you're working on an all yellow press proof set. Also a good option for you. Hunting downtowns, also a good option for you. Everybody else, maybe not so much. We'll see how this episode goes. All right, Josh Downs, Tyler Lockett, Garrett Wilson. There's an Abdul Carter base rookie. Puka Nacua. Tell you what though, 48 packs, it'll keep you busy for at least a couple minutes, so that's one positive that I'm seeing. Jacoby Myers. There's a Devin Hester. We pulled a Devin Hester in our unboxing the other day, pulled him upside down and called him something other than Devin. So I apologize again, Mr. Hester, if you're watching. Quentin Johnson, Jordan Watkins, Myles Garrett. I'd love if the Eagles had a lot more free cap space to pick him up, but that's never happened. I've heard today Eagles are tied to a couple ends down in Miami. Not necessarily Nick Chubb, but we'll see what happens there. J.J. McCarthy, Luke Kuechly, Mason Graham, Demetrius Knight on the yellow press proof, Malik Neighbors, and that's going to do it. What I need is one of those pitch count machines to keep track of how many packs we're in. You know, not so hard when you're doing a blaster and there's only 6 packs or a mega. Get into 48 pack boxes. It's taxing. T. Higgins, Darius Davis. There's a Max Crosby. We'll put that one up there. Tyler Loop, T.J. Hawkinson. One of the cool cards I pulled from Optic, I pulled a 100 emoji of Max Crosby. Looks really hot. For now, we'll throw him in the 2 spot. Let's keep on ripping. We got James Lofton, Demario Douglas, Caden Ellis, Jalen Noel, Tyjae Spears. So not hitting any exciting base rookies yet. It'll be interesting to see on the market what, I think Travis Hunter hit the IR, or the IL, for a couple weeks. We'll see what that does to his stock and cards. CeeDee Lamb, Cole Kmet, TJ Watt, Jadon Barron, Xavier Legette, all right. Thought for a split second we didn't see a yellow peril in that box. It does say per pack on average, so I guess not necessarily to say we can't get 2 yellow press proofs in 1 pack, or none. So far we've gone 1 for 1. Rex Grossman, Golden Tate. Hey, there's a Shedeur Sanders. Kenneth Grant. We were just talking about Miami players. David Krieg. And that's going to do it. So let's grab another little stack out while we do that. If it's your first time here, would appreciate if you gave a follow if you're enjoying the content. Drop a comment. Let me know who your favorite team is. Always interested to see who our supporters are here, and then maybe also drop a subscribe, bring in fresh new content. We also do a daily short, which I mentioned at the top of the episode. We open 1 pack of Donruss. We're doing Donruss retail right now, 1 pack a day, 30-second short. Drop a comment with your favorite team. We pick 1 winner at random every day. No limit to the number of times you can win. We've had multiple winners, so love to have you there on the daily channel and get to chat with you in the comment section. Drew Bledsoe, Brock Bowers, there's another solid one. So apparently we're going all Raiders on the yellow press proofs. Travis Kelce, Kyle McCord, Adam Thielen. So I'm actually building a base set. I have lots of extra dupes. I was waiting on another Kyle McCord, who I believe is no longer an Eagle, was traded, but just needed that to complete yet another Eagles team set. We'll post up to eBay, see who's interested in that. All right. Trying to think what other Raiders we could possibly hit up there. Jacoby Myers on yellow press proof, possibly. Russell Wilson. Demario Douglas, Ty Felton, Jalen Walker, Malachi Corley. I'm telling you, I'm getting a lot of practice on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Chigozium Okonkwo. Think we're getting there, unless I'm just still totally butchering it. Travis Etienne Jr., Vinny Testaverde, Harold Fannin Jr., Justin Fields. Justin Fields had himself a game a week or two ago when he got me the L in my football pool. I think that's the game they won 39-38. So a little bit of hard feelings towards him. It's all good though. Jim Kelly, Kyle Pitts. There's a Trevor Lawrence. We'll throw him up until he gets bumped off. Graham Mertz, Jalen McMillan. So again, I mean, maybe short of Packers and stuff, you know, there's certain press proofs that are going to color match a lot of different teams. Yellow, not really so much. Here we go. Jamar Chase on the base. Travis Etienne, Quincy Williams, Torrey Horton, Javonte Williams. And that's going to do it for that pack. I am dropping a plug in all of my videos. If you are a content creator in the football card space, I'd love to chat it up with you. I have some awesome ideas for collaboration, stuff we can do to help each other. Just drop me an email at info@vinnyblanc.com. Can let you know what we had in mind, and always just good to network. Seems like a pretty solid community from what I can see so far. Taking a sneak peek. This yellow is a little bit further back in the pack. Don't think that necessarily means anything. Brian Robinson Jr., Isaiah Likely, Greg Zabel. There's Nomar in Hampton. So finally got a solid rookie in the yellow press proof variety, Cortland Sutton. I had a bunch more card stands to throw up there, but I figured I'd just be judicious with it. We don't need to necessarily throw 11 yellow press proofs up there since we're getting one per pack, but we'll continue to replace, at least on the fly, what we think are the best ones. Geez, I feel like we still have 30 more packs to go through, so hopefully you're enjoying the content. Again, if you do, drop a like. We are edging ever closer to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're, at the time of this video, maybe around the 930 mark, so would love for you to help us get there. Greg Zerulian, DeMarvion Overshawn. Why do I feel like I have not said that one yet with how much Donruss I've ripped? Maybe the first one. There's the Tank Bigsby. Jalen Milroe, another solid base rated rookie. Jake Plummer. So what are you thinking? If you dropped $160 on this box so far, maybe I overpaid, so let's take that out of it. If you dropped, you know, base MSRP, what you can get it for at 120, what are you thinking? You're not doing much with the base, I would think. Again, I do a lot of set building and help other people complete sets, so I don't necessarily mind having all the dupes, but what are your thoughts? Eric Armstead. Telling you, lots of Raiders. Look at that, back-to-back Michael Mayers. Michael Mayer, yellow press proof. Michael Mayer on the base. Nick Emanawari. Drake London. All right, we got 3 more packs coming in here before we dig back into the gravity box. I am kind of digging. I don't know what I did with it. This little gravity piece. I'm going to have fun after the video, seeing what I can do with this gravity box and repurpose it. Brian Thomas Jr., Jonathan Mingo, Tyler Lockett, Dylan Sampson. Actually pulled from one of the holiday tins a Dylan Sampson autograph. So I still have that to take care of. Jordan Love. And that's going to do it. 2 more packs before we go digging again. We got Drake May, Micah Parsons, Brandon Ayuk for San Francisco, JT Tumalu. Max Crosby on the base to match our Max Crosby yellow press proof. So before you rip into this pack, also let me know in the comments, have you ripped gravity boxes or packs before? I don't want to say what's the best thing you ever pulled because it's probably either going to be a downtown or maybe some kind of wild signature, but I've seen it done. I know it's not impossible. I think a lot of times these rip videos, these parking lot rips, hey, I only bought one pack. It's kind of like gambling. If you have a friend who gambles, they only tell you about when they win, so you have to take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I would love to hear, have you ever hit something? Let's expand it a little bit further. What's the best hit you've ever had from Donruss? Let us know in the comment section. Jalen Hurts. DeMarvion Overshone. I think we're getting lots of duplicates here, believe it or not. James Conner. Nick Scorton. Trevor Lawrence. Again, I guess that's to be expected when there's really no inserts or variety here. It's feast or famine, apparently. All right, next lot of 4 packs. Let's keep it going. Cedric Tillman. Bijan Robinson. Elijah Arroyo. There we go. Tyler Warren, definitely our best yellow press proof hit so far, so I'll have to do some rearranging here. Juwan Jennings. So give me just 1 minute. We'll sleeve him up. Heck, we may even top load him. I don't know how many of these have hit the marketplace yet. Now is probably the time to sell. Sorry, T-Law. Again, a nice, I don't know if there are blue press proofs. I'm trying to think what I've opened so far. There's definitely red press proofs. There's green press proofs. There's purple press proofs. I know in the hobby there are the gold and the silver and the die cuts and all that stuff, but I don't think there's blue. Just as I looked at that Tyler Warren card, I'm thinking what would look the best on him, but the yellow definitely pops. I don't know if it pops for a good reason or not, but that's kind of what we're expecting here for. If we're not going to hit a downtown, give me a signature. Give me a couple Jackson Dart yellows. Jamal Charles. Jahmyr Gibbs. There's a DeAndre Swift. Armin Membu for the Jets. Jalen Waddle. I think what's kind of challenging is the yellow press proofs aren't limited to the rookies. If they were limited to the rookies and you got 48 shots at the 100 rookies that are in the base set, you may be able to hit a little bit more, but you're only hitting we're hitting 48 of the 400 base sets. Did I do my math right there? Yeah, we got 40. We're only going to pull 48 yellow press proofs. There's 400 in the set, so the odds that you can see here our ratio of rookies to vets is kind of skewed in that 3-to-1 ratio. George Kittle, James Conner, Devon Achane, Xavier Watts, Eli Manning. I also noticed these boxes, just to show you, had these slits in the back where the packs were kind of visible in there. I did notice packs in kind of all different variations and configurations, so not that nice necessarily gravity feed you would think of. The only thing I think of is, could these cards potentially be dinged? They're looking in pretty good shape, nowhere near like the condition of the tins. If you've opened any of the tins, those things can be rough from the packs, just kind of continually jingling around in transport in those metal tins. Maybe not the best packaging design there, but these cards seem pretty good for as jumbled around as the packs are within the gravity feed box. It is definitely oversized. They could probably fit 100 packs in there if they needed to, but yep, just the 48 packs. Jonathan Taylor. There's the Devontae Smith. We'll take that for the Eagles PC. L'Jarius Sneed. Quinshon Judkins. Nico Collins. Yeah, I'll have to do some looking around on YouTube. At the time, at least I got this box. Again, I don't know when the video will post. It is Halloween night, or actually, we're November 1st. We're recording this so late at night. But I don't think I've seen any other video unboxings done, so maybe we'll be first to market. I think we were just first to market with the 24 count retail box review that should be available tomorrow, November 1st. We'll see if any changes between now and then, but it does feel good to get some content out there first to the viewers. Tony Dorsett, Tutu Atwell, Trevor Etienne, Darius Alexander. Could have given me almost any other Giant, but you didn't. Nick Chubb, still in the Browns uniform here. All right, 2 more packs before we go digging. Before we may do a pack count after this pack, just to let us know where we're at. We're around the 20-minute mark. Wow. I mean, it does take some time to rip 48 packs. I think we're going at a pretty good clip. Deion Sanders, Jamal Charles, Torrey Holt, Amika Abuka, Cooper Kupp. All right, so we have one more loose pack here before we go digging back in the box. We're currently looking at a Jonathan Taylor, Max Crosby, Tyler Warren, Brock Bowers, Omarion Hampton as our best 5 yellow press proofs. All right, we got Adonai Mitchell, Trent Green, Jaleel McClellan, Riley Leonard, Isaiah Pacheco, and that's going to do it. So let's do a quick little inventory here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like I'm dealing cards. Oh, our stack just went down. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow. All right, let's make a little room. I apologize. We just knocked our base set pile over. All right, 17 more to clip through. Will we hit that downtown? Time will tell. Who's going to win this battle? Gravity or Vince? I think we all know the answer, but that's why you play the game. A.J. Brown, Jared Verse, Josiah Stewart, Tej Johnson. At least we did get another rookie. Kaime Fairbairn. Try and speed these last 15 packs up. We're going to go no huddle. Chuba, or Chubba, however you say it, Hubbard. Christian McCaffrey. Nick Chubb. Savion Williams for my Packers fans. Breece Hall. All right, we got Kurt Warner. Taysom Hill, I guess no longer your starting quarterback in New Orleans. Trey Benson. Josh Simmons, Nick Bonito. We just got done talking about the conditions of the card. I did notice that Taysom Hill was a little banged up in the bottom. I think it was an isolated incident overall. I'm happy with the condition of these cards. All right. Eric Dickerson. Oh, almost took my pile for a joyride again. Art Monk. Boomer Esiason. Oluwafemi Oladejo. I think I just typically call him Oladejo, but let's work on first names. Ricky Pearsall. On to the next pack. That yellow press proof was hiding. Chad Johnson in a Patriots uniform. Terrell Suggs. Quinn Ewers for the Dolphins. Tyler Booker for the Cowboys. John Jefferson. All right, maybe 10 packs left. 3/4 way mark. Nothing too exciting yet, but I think we knew that going into this. Again, that's why I figured I'd do the video. You know, should I buy this product? Should I not buy this product, depending on who I am? Anthony Richardson, Jeffrey Simmons, Jalen Wright. There's a Jackson Dart base rookie. Can we find the yellow press proof counterpart? Edgerrin James. All right, next pack. Zach Charbonnet. Anthony Richardson. Mike Rozier. Will Howard for the Steelers, Justin Jefferson. All right, Tua. Vernon Davis. There's a Cam Ward base rookie. We'll take it. Luther Burden. Not a bad yellow press proof to hit. EJ Speed. So it is bye week for the Eagles. So it'll be interesting. Allows me to watch a couple other games outside the NFC East. Check in on some of these players. You know, I see the name so much, but when you actually hear them call it out on the field, get to follow them a little bit better. So again, Eagles bye week, 6-2, we'll take it. Tyrone Tracy Jr., Charles Woodson. There's a Will McDonald on the IV, or the 4th. Derek Harmon, the big fella. Luke Musgrave. All right, we got Ramondre Stevenson. Micah Parsons. See, that was in his Packers uniform. Kind of a color match. Definitely not for the Cowboys, though. Ricky Williams. Baishal Tootin. Kendre Miller. All right, let me readjust my pilots to knock it over one more time. If you're following along with us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs left. I like that number. Let's see what pack number 7 has in tail. We got Deebo Samuel, Joe Mixon, Lamar Jackson, Devin Neal, Christian Watson for the Packers. All right. This pack's fighting me. Is that a sign? Doesn't look like it. Lad McConkey. How are we doing on the focus here? Chris Godwin, Jonnu Smith, Kendre Lambert, Boomer Esiason. All right. Khalil Mack for the Chargers. Travis Kelce. Guess that's an okay one. Ed Reed. Jadon Blue. And Will McDonald. All right, so if you made it this far in the video, I do appreciate your time. We've talked about the daily short series that we have on YouTube, so just go ahead and subscribe. Those come out usually around 5 p.m. Eastern time each day. We also started doing breaks on the channel, so you can check our first break. That recording should be in the live section of the channel. We're currently filling break number 2, where we're doing 3 of the Donruss Costco bundles, 4 Donruss blasters, and 10 of the Mosaic ornament boxes. So if you're interested in getting in on that, just shoot me an email, info@vinnyblanc.com. I could send you the link to the Google Doc with what teams are still left in pricing. Again, not a huge breaking group, so you don't have to set an alarm and worry about arm wrestling people to get your team. Most teams are available, so just getting started. Love to have you join us, join in on the fun. Trey Tucker, Derrick Henry, Colston Loveland, Mason Taylor, Baker Mayfield. So again, info@vinnyblanc.com, or we run it all through my private Facebook group, www.vinnyblanc.com. We'll take you to my Facebook group, but I know not everybody has Facebook. We're here chatting it up on YouTube, so sometimes the chat and linking functionality in YouTube isn't the greatest, so nice to have some alternatives to go through. We got Ozzie Newsome, Mike Evans, Jerry Jeudy, Jaden Higgins, Troy Franklin. We're down to just 2 packs, left or right. Where should we go? Just realized our camera is a little crooked, but we're going to roll with it because we only got about a minute left in this video. Let's go left. It's like a choose your own adventure novel, but for sports cards. All right. Patrick Mahomes, James Cook, Isaiah Pacheco, TJ Sanders, Michael Wilson. We'll put that card to the side. We're going to open our last pack mojo, last pack magic. Give us some luck here. I see yellow. Can we hit somebody? We got Jackson Smith, Montez Sweat, Leonard Williams, Carson Schwezinger, Rich Gannon. And that's going to do it. So overall, how did we do in this break? We got James cooked, if you ask me. So again, who is this box for? Somebody who's looking for base cards. Again, if you can get it at the MSRP 120, maybe I recommend it. I definitely wouldn't overpay for it. You can see our sample size of yellow press proofs, which probably don't hold too much value, maybe other than the Tyler Warren. But it was a fun, quick little rip. Like doing new content for you. Again, if you like this video, appreciate a like, subscribe, drop a comment who your favorite team is, get in on the daily shorts. And again, if you like this video, I'm sure you're going to like this video even more, and maybe you'll end up checking out that video as well. So until next time, I am Vinny Blanc. Peace.